Hey, what's up? This is Chosen, and this video is going to be a community update for November 29th, 2019, where we go over the Venus and Cupidus event, some of the offers in game, and then the events and tournaments going on right now. So let's get into it. Alrighty, so first of all, if we pull up the news tab here, we will see a match made in heaven, 10 times chance to summon Venus and Cupidus. Alrighty, now the most important thing to note here is Venus is an excellent champion, like S tier. I'll go over both these champions and kind of give you the grades on them, but Venus is excellent and Cupidus is okay. The most important thing besides that is that there are no buffs to your chances on shards, and they both require different shards. Venus is only attainable from void shards and Cupidus is only attainable from ancients and sacreds, and we're getting no bonus chance to summoning rates on either one. So that really puts a damper on the event. It's just going to be a wildly increased chance of summoning these champions if you do pull a legendary in general. So alright, first of all, let's go over them real quick here. Cupidus is going to be this attack champion in the Sacred Order. Spirit Affinity, an excellent base speed. They both have excellent base speed if I remember right. So Cupidus is at 107. We've got an AoE A1 that damage increases by 15% if the target has any debuffs. That's a decent A1. And then the A2 is attacked 3 times at random, each hit with a 50% chance of placing an HP burn for 2 turns. Again, a pretty decent A2. Then we've got place a 50% increased attack buff on this champion for 2 turns, then attack 1 enemy with a 50% chance of placing an HP burn debuff on all enemies for 2 turns if this attack kills an enemy and this debuff cannot be resisted. So not consistent value, but it does have good utility when it does proc, and it's on a 3-turn cooldown. So there you go. And then we're gonna have a passive here that is, when paired with Venus, going to inflict 25% more damage to targets under debuffs, and an aura of increased ally attack in all battles by 33%. So again, Cupidus is pretty solid, just not like godly or super meta for any area of the game, but he's got some general utility and he's a pretty decent champion, just not god tier. Alright, then we go into Venus. She is Void, 112 base speed, which is one of the best base speeds in the game. An A1, that's a multi-hitter with a 50% chance of placing a 5% poison debuff for 2 turns on both hits. Then an AoE A2, that is a 75% chance of placing a decreased defense and a weakened debuff for 2 turns. So an incredible A2 there. A3 is another AoE with a 50% chance of placing an HP burn debuff for 2 turns on a 4-turn cooldown. Very good A3. Then we get a remove all buffs from all enemies with a 50% chance of granting an extra turn with Cupidus. So Venus and Cupidus have a pretty good duo effect. You know, the remove all buffs with a chance of granting an extra turn, and then Cupidus's was you know, increased damage. So pretty good stuff there on the duo effect. And then an aura of ally HP in all battles by 33%. A pretty good aura. So Venus is definitely an amazing champion. She's very good general utility, very good versus the clan boss, which is arguably the most important area of the game. So definitely Venus is awesome. If you can get her, you'll be happy about that. And if you have her, congrats. She's a great champion. So now let's go over if it is worth it to participate in this event. So like I said, worth noting, we're not getting a bonus chance. It's still extremely low of 0.5% on a void. So about 1 in every 200 void shards, you're going to get a legendary. And then, yes, you do have an increased chance of getting Venus, but I don't know exactly how they do their times 10, so it's hard for me to do the math exactly. If somebody out there does know exactly how to do the math and can calculate it, someone who's smarter than I am, then definitely let me know. But kind of my loose basic math, I'm coming up with about 1 in every 350 void shards, somewhere in between 1 in every 300 or 1 in every 400 that you're gonna get Venus. So an extremely small chance. You'd probably have to pull 300 or 400 voids to feel good about your chances of getting Venus. So that's a lot of voids to pull when they're just a single chance, especially if you're already an established player and, you know, most of the rares and epics won't bring you a whole lot of utility. As newer players, it's not as important to hit the double events because you can get a lot of utility out of almost any epic you pull, and even some of the rares like Cold Heart and stuff. So But for later game players like myself, you really want to save up and kind of slam your shards during the X2 events, which this one is not. So first, let's go over the offers and the opportunities they're giving us here in game to kind of acquire these shards. So the Conqueror pack, don't need to go over that. The 6-star artifact pack, this one's a little bit steep. It is a full set of a good set, the crit damage set, and it is 6-star epic, which is very good gear, but 35 is just a little bit too steep for a gamble. If it were 20 or 25, it'd be a decent pack, but I think this is just a little bit too steep for that gamble. This is the big one here. All right, let's go over it. So we've got silver of 1.3, no energy, but 1,300 gems, and 37 brews. 5 legendary skill tomes. I think this one's going to grade out to be pretty decent. And then 15 void shards. All right, so yeah, this pack comes out to being worth about $90. They're charging $70. So again, not bad, but this might be a pack that I'll scoop up just because the books and the gems are very good to have in terms of general usefulness on your account. And then if I do buy it, I'll probably save the void shards for an X2 event. I don't think it's really worth, you know, for me to feel good about my chances of getting Venus. You're talking 300 or 400 shards. I guess I didn't really go over if I should go over if I should try for Cupidus, which I'm not. Cupidus isn't going to be game changing enough for an end player, like an end game player's account. So it's not really worth me yanking a bunch of shards that aren't X2 to try to get Cupidus. Maybe for a newer player, it makes a little bit more sense, but still it'd be something I'd lean towards not recommending. But Venus is excellent, and if it were a ×2 event, I would be pulling my shards. But when they're not buffed, I'm going to go ahead, and even if I buy that, I will save the shards. All right, so now let's go over this here. And we've got 9 ancients with 3 voids, 1,200 energy with 1,250 gems, and 1,250 silver here. All right, so again, this pack is pretty decent as well. It's worth about $45 to $50. They're charging $35. It's okay. It's got some guaranteed value in terms of energy and gems, and then it's also got the gambling effect of giving you ancients and voids. So both of the offers are decent. I would probably lean towards this one. Just because it's got legendary books, which are really tough to get. I'd probably rather have the books and the void shards and the gems than the ancients and then the gems and energy here with only 3 voids. So of those two, I'd go with this one, but it is more expensive, so I guess it should be better. But this one's decent. It's just not great. And again, if you do buy them, I recommend waiting for like an X2 event. Okay, so also we've got the same old event still going for another day and a half or so, the champion training event. A pretty good event. I do like how they structured this one. It's tough, but it's not like insane. So I do like the rewards. You get the book, the shards, the gems, and a couple pieces to gamble on. So all in all, pretty decent event on that one. And then we've still got the tournament here that I haven't really participated in. My 381 points, just kind of random points that I've acquired. I'm probably not going for this one. You know, where I'm at in the game, it's basically come down to I'm just waiting for X2 events to slam all my shards, and I'm going to save up till then. But something fun we can do is get an update here on this buzzing might be a new name at the top here, somebody that kind of came out of nowhere. And let's go over how much they're spending. So remember, we got a points per dollar estimation of about 16 or 17. So I'm going to go 16.5, and we're going to take 62. My last video, I talk about this extensively. So, you know, watch my community update about the Hegemon event if you're wondering exactly what went into that calculation. So let's go 335. 62,335 divided by 16.5, and this person has probably spent about $3,800. I do expect this event to get up over 100,000. So to win this, they're probably going to be spending about $7,000 to $10,000 to get Hegemon. Is kind of where I think it's going to shake out. So again, a very good idea by Plarium, but not realistic for basically all of us to go for this, because investing $7,000 to $10,000 to get one champion is just kind of an insane sentiment for all of us normal people with normal, you know, income levels and all that. All right, so yeah, that's gonna kind of do it for what I wanted to cover in this video. And also, you'll notice I have a green screen. I apologize if it's not perfect. I've ordered better lighting, and this is literally my first time ever using a green screen, so it might not be functioning exactly right, but I do got some better lighting and stuff on the way, and I'll kind of play with it and make it look better and all of that. So yeah, my general recommendation is to probably save your shards for an X2 event, or if we get something better, like a better tournament or better event going on. For most of us, that's probably the better route to go. But if you do pull a bunch of shards and you want to go for Venus, she is an S tier champion, so it's not that she's bad or anything. Cupidus is okay, but Venus is definitely the crown jewel in this event in terms of going for something. So if you do, let me know down in the comments kind of how it went for you and what you think. So yeah, as always, thank you for watching. Have a good rest of your day. Peace.